Alright, so I was looking online and I found this tent. It's by Teton. I bought it through Costco. They seem to have the best price that I could find. And I was just curious about this because it has the option to put a small wood burning stove in it, as you can see there. So this is the box that it came in, and then this is the handy dandy heavy carrying case that it comes with. And as you can see, it has the straps to keep everything secure. And that is the model number. And surprisingly, I could not find a review anywhere online for this particular tent. There were other Timber Ridge ones, but they are a different version. So it says it's a 6-person. So we are going to put this together, 2 of us, and see how this goes. So wish us luck. All right, so here we go. This is our mainly level spot that we're going to put this in. Here's the bag. You get these nice little secure straps that you pop out. And it has an expander zipper here that if you want to make the bag bigger, in case it doesn't fit, just kind of like the luggage. But then if you just want to open it, then it's this zipper. And that's it. This thing is 100 pounds. It's heavy. We are going to assemble it.
Show the wheels.
And the bag does have wheels. Here's the carry handle. And there are the wheels. If it didn't have wheels, there's no way anybody would buy this, because it's like carrying a dead body around. So the wheels are nice. They're not real practical. They're just solid plastic. There's no rubber to them. So they would not last long on gravel or concrete. But this will be the view from this tent that we will eventually be renting out on Hip Camp. So if you know what Hip Camp is, if you look for us, Earth, Wind, and Solar Farm near Winsville, Missouri, this could be where you stay. On to assembling, and as you can see, the instructions here, they don't say much. And that's what you get for instructions out of the box. So these are the contents of the bag. These are the stakes. They seem pretty heavy duty. Replacements, I've seen these in the store, so they are pretty thick, as you can see. And the tie strap for the bag is attached to the bag so that you won't lose it. This is the bag of posts. Looks like they're color coded. Sturdy. Good thing. This is the floor. Seems nice. These are the accessory bags that you can hang inside the tent, apparently. And then this is the canvas tent itself. So now we will start the assembly process. All right, so we've got all the poles set out, and they are all color coded, as you can see. Each end, which then apparently, as the instructions don't really say, all the poles are color coded. As you can see, we've got the red, we've got the white, we've got the yellow, and then I believe these two, this group of 3 here, I believe these are for the overhang at the front of the tent. And then there's the tent itself, and the floor, and of course, medium well stakes. Did not take long to get them out of the bag or to assemble them. They do have ropes inside so that they all stay together. We have noticed that the color coating on this tape is really flimsy, and as you can see, it's already starting to kind of peel off a little bit. So I would recommend either getting paint to paint on these, because the paint would last longer, or getting a heavy duty like duct tape, so that your markings are a little more permanent. All right, so we have the roof structure put together, and it is fairly self-explanatory, as you can see, with the color coding for the posts and where they go. So we got that put together. Now we're going to assemble the legs and put them on, because the instructions say to assemble the structure and then put the tent over the skeleton. So that will be the next step. All right, as you can see, it's only been a few minutes, trust me. And again, the color coding shows you where everything goes. So this is the roof structure. It is pretty sturdy. Definitely a two-person job. So next will be to put the legs on one side at a time. And then we will put the floor in and put the stakes in. All right, so as you can see, we've got the first section of legs on. Yellow is for the legs. So far, pretty simple. It does look like it's going to be a very roomy sized tent. And now the next step is to put the legs on this side. All right, so as you can see, all 4 legs are now assembled. And I'm just under 6 feet tall, and I can walk inside freely. And then you get to the edges, I still can just fit under these eaves. So you can stand up inside the whole tent. So now we will put the exterior on. All right, so we started to assemble it, and it's really tough to get it over the peak because it's pretty heavy if you don't have a ladder. So what we've decided to do is take the legs off of one end, and then we are going to drag the tent over it, then put the legs back in once it's done, and that will make it more manageable for 2 people. But it is a very heavy duty tent so far. Very seems like it's very good quality. All right, so here we are. We have the tent on the structure, and it was much easier to have just one side with the legs assembled and up, and then it's lower to the ground so that you can carry it over. And then we did put the metal hooks in the legs. Still got to do it on this other side. But as you can see, it's a very large tent. Definitely roomy. And there's their little logo. And as you see, as you go inside here, you still have to do some tightening in here, but definitely roomy. There's the stovepipe insert. Definitely roomy. A family of 5, 6 people could fit in here. Would be tight by the time you put a mattress in here or some sleeping bags, but really nice. So far, it hasn't been that bad to put together. All right, so we have finished the assembly of the exterior and the floor. Floor's a little tricky, but it is definitely a roomy tent, and seems like a very good quality. It's not that like the cheaper nylon style tent. So this is a longer term hunting tent, as to me, and that's how they do advertise it. The floor is separate, very heavy duty. And as you can see, here is the zip out if you want to do a wood stove. You unzip that and make it so that the stove would be sitting on the ground. Okay. And I'm just under 6 feet tall, and I can walk edge to edge in this tent. It did come with these two little accessory bags so that you can hang stuff in there. A little weird on the floor. It would seem to make more sense if the posts would sit on this. They don't, but because they have to attach, as you can see, those little galvanized stakes have to go up into those poles. But it's very nice. And then we still have to stake the whole thing down to tighten it up. But it has 3 windows. And then from this tent, you will have this nice view from outside overlooking the water. So overall, so far, this has been a pretty decent assembly project. The instructions could definitely be better. But so far, so good. All right, so we had to do a few adjustments with the stakes, but overall, for our first time assembling it, it took about 2 hours. And that was readjusting some things. But it is a very nicely built tent. The floor is very good quality. Definitely not a one-use tent. Like I said, we're planning on using this for hip campers at our property so that they wouldn't have to bring their own tent. Very spacious. Overall, I must say, I'm impressed. For the price, there's some that were way more expensive. And the headroom is nice. Gives you this nice covered area. We may eventually have to put like a little tarp or something there just so that people can set things like shoes and whatnot there if they want. But very nice, and as you can see, it has a nice view. I will walk in the tent so that you can see again everything. The floor is very nice. It's almost like a air mattress quality plastic floor. There's the stove insert there. It has a lot of vents. So time will tell. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. We were very careful assembling this, and as you can see right here, it looks like there is a hole. This is the first time it was ever out of the box. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we will see. Not impressed at this point. I thought this was a good quality tent, but as you can see the daylight on the outside. And I don't know what that would have been from. It's not in the area of a post or anything, and we were very careful assembling this.